Avril Lavigne is joining us right now from the Great Black Abyss. Where are you? Right, it's so dark there.
Is it that dark?
Yeah,
I live in a dark world. I'm in sunny California, actually.
Right.
I'm in Malibu right now.
I want to get your take first on like what 2021 meant to you with, I mean, the explosion of pop punk again, right? It seemed like, everything comes full circle, right? But I didn't expect that in 2021 it would be as big of a boom as it was for pop punk music. And obviously you've kind of been one of the OGs of that. So what was it like for you to see this huge movement swing back that way?
It's really great to see a younger demographic, younger generation embracing this genre and discovering older artists. And like, this is definitely like, I think an exciting time in music. And it's cool just seeing like people appreciating this style of music, emo, like alternative pop punk music. And there's a lot of fun collaborations that are being had. It's cool for me, and like when I meet some of these like younger artists, and they say to me like, "Oh, you had like such an impact on my life and my career," and like that's super flattering. It's been fun to work with some of these artists, like younger artists, like Willow Smith. I did a song on her album, and then for me, I'm making a pop punk record right now, and it feels like a really great time to do that. And I think that's what the fans are probably looking forward to. So it's an exciting time in music for sure.
If you would have told me that in 2021, we'd be talking about, Avril Lavigne and Travis Barker working together, but that Travis has become like this lightning rod, kind of like you, right? Where like all these younger artists that are coming up through TikTok are like, show me the ways, Obi-Wan. And it's really interesting, but give us your take on, working with Travis and why you think maybe he has become kind of that guy in the space as well.
I mean, Travis is awesome, and so is his band, Blink-182. Of course, like, I grew up listening to Blink-182 in high school and, like, my teenage years. So it definitely feels, like, nostalgic for me, and having Travis on the album is, like, it's gnarly. It's an honor. But, like, we've also been working together for, like, I've known him for, like, 15 years, and I've worked with him before. So, and just like he's grown so much in what he's doing. Like he's like worked with so many different artists. He's producing, he's songwriting, like he's working with all this other talent, and he has his own label, DTA Records. So when I started working with Travis on this album, at the time I didn't have a label, and then the more we worked together, it made sense for me to sign with his label. But I mean, it's awesome because he's a musician, and he's been out there on the road, gone through it all. So he is somebody that I can relate to. And so having Travis be the president of the record label that I'm on, it's awesome. So it's been a lot of fun.
What do you think 2022 is going to hold with just the way that everything's been? I mean, it's tough to tell, right? With all the variants and touring and all of that stuff, that's going to be a possibility. But if you had to, your little vision board for 2022, like, what do you hope that this year looks like? I
mean, here I am. I'm in an album cycle. I'm doing promo. I'm working from home right now doing Zooms. So like, obviously this is like sort of the new way. In the pandemic, made this record and wrote a lot of songs and was able to work with a lot of my friends and other artists, and I have a ton of features on this album, and everyone has been able to be creative in that way. But it's like the touring and like traveling that's like on and off, right? So just trying to stay positive. I'm glad I can make music and put it out there. I don't know, guys. If I have to pick up my acoustic guitar and just film myself on the laptop and like put that on my YouTube, then so be it.
Well, speaking of embracing technology, you're doing so right now. We're talking via Zoom, which this probably wouldn't have happened years ago doing that. With the new album, is there any thought of maybe embracing some of the newest technology like NFTs? And are we going to see any Avril NFTs that are going to make their way to the internet with this new album release?
Yeah, that's the art stuff, huh? Very well could, because I do paint.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've painted for years and no one has actually ever seen any of it.
Why not?
I'm such a weirdo like that. Like I keep things to myself. But yeah, maybe it's time to like share that with the world, right?
But honestly, in a cultural world where everything is shared or show like with all of the time with everyone, it kind of is nice to have something that's yours.
Yeah. I've
Like,
always been that way, like kind of just like a little more private, I guess, with like stuff, because it's like my life for so long was public and since I was like 17. So I don't know, I'm just kind of like that, like in a weird way. It's like I'm half and half. But I do think it's important to open up. And like, I do think what is great about like social media is like, you can have a direct relationship with fans and like, you know, show people into your world a little more. And so like, that's cool. So I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of like working on that, being more open.
Not me absolutely fangirling over the TikTok that you made with Lil Nas X and that audio that lives rent-free in my mind. Bing bong. Are you scrolling through TikTok? Like, are you memorizing the audio, or did Lil Nas X just come up to you and was like, listen, Avril, we need to do this?
I saw him at a Variety Hitmakers event and like we were like both in the same room and he like walked over to me and like asked me to like film that for him. And then we like fangirled over each other and he was like, super fun and I love what he's doing. And yeah, so we took some pictures together and he just like was like, here, film this for my TikTok. And I was like, I got you. But as far as like, do I go on TikTok a lot? I've posted 2. I'm participating.
From an outsourcing perspective.
Like obviously like I do Instagram and that like works really well for me to like keep fans like updated on like what's going on and stuff. And then with like TikTok, it was like, okay, I'll do this. And then I had this idea to have my first TikTok be with my song Skater Boy. And then I called up Tony Hawk and I was like, will you like film my first video with me? And it like went off.
It did.
And,
I liked it. I think I rewatched it like 10 times.
And like I got like 2 million followers in a day. Like something really funny, crazy like that. Because I went from like 0, I didn't have any. And then I filmed a TikTok for my new single, Bite Me, and Travis and I like filmed a video. That's it. 2 videos.
Hey, 2 that were massive.
That's all you get.
They're both crushing it, right? Yeah. So I want to get your take from like an artistic perspective, right? I mean, during the pandemic, it's been really challenging for a lot of people in a whole bunch of ways, right? Like, especially for artists being able to go out on the road and just do like normal touring cycles and stuff like that. But it's also brought people together in a really interesting way, you know, where artists are connecting and collaborating. And it's just been fascinating to watch how creative people have figured out during this pandemic how to still be entertaining and content creators. Is there anything that's come out of this pandemic that you would say is a real positive for you?
Like, I feel blessed because I was able to turn to like creativity, to writing, to sitting down at the piano, to going to making music. Like, and that's felt really good for me and kept me like busy and like I had a lot of time to really reflect on my life and my past relationships and kind of like go through that and like write about that and like where I'm at today. And so that's like really what I turn to is music.
I love it, man.
Pandemic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just interesting to watch, you know, how creative people figure out how to make the best of a bad situation. And you saw all these really great collaborations. And then you see, you know, like we started the interview talking about, you know, music that's been around for a long time being rediscovered by a new generation. And I don't know if that would have happened for sure, right? If there wasn't a pandemic.
I was just realizing I'm like, I was able to work with I collaborated with MGK, Black Bear, somebody else that I haven't mentioned yet, and like Travis Barker, John Feldman, Mod Sun, all these people that I worked with, like everyone was kind of available. Like in like our little friend group, it was like call up so-and-so, hey, you want to work on a song? Like, are you here? I'm here. Your tour's canceled. My tour's canceled. Let's get in the studio. Like, yeah. So like that kind of worked out. And I think, yeah, like I wanted to make a Christmas record too. And like now I've had time to like finally, I've been talking about it for 10 years. So like I'm finally like working on that too.
I love it. Well, I can't wait to see what 2022 brings, obviously with the new record and then as you're able to get back out on the road. Really fun to talk to you today. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes and chatting with us, Avril.
Absolutely. Thank you, you guys.